Hey guys.
What up, what up, what up?
Welcome back to Insert Subject Here. I'm Makia.
I'm your boy.
And this week we've got a lot going on. We're going to talk Conor McGregor, Misha Green, sex life, Zola, and more coming up on this week's episode of Insert Subject Here. So, how are you this week, Anthony?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm all right. There was a lot that happened that we are going to get into. But first, housekeeping. Do you have that notification bell on? Are you subscribed to this page? Did you like this video yet? I know we didn't even get into the content, but now is a good time to like the video so you don't forget at the end. And then keep the conversation going in the comment section below. With all of that out of the way.
With all that said.
Oh, there was a fight.
Conor McGregor broke his leg. And he lost to Dustin Poirier again.
Yikes.
This is the second time this year. They fought back in 2014 and McGregor beat him. But he was a young Dustin Poirier. And he wasn't as skilled. I would say since the fight with Floyd, that fight with Floyd probably set him up for retirement.
Yeah.
And his desire to be the greatest is probably out the window now. Because since that fight, Conor McGregor has gone 1-4.
Yikes. Yeah, it might be time to go ahead and hang that up.
Yeah, hang it up, B. I mean, he can afford to. He was always a bum to me, but he can afford to now.
Hey, even some of the bummiest bums in boxing is probably making more year than I am. So
yeah, you ain't lying.
I ain't even gonna hold you.
He got set up really, really well with those fights, and I think his desire was just gone. Speaking of gone, bye, Love Country.
Yeah.
Lovecraft Country, I'm sorry. Bye.
I couldn't even get through the first season. Like, it started off really strong.
Like the first couple episodes.
Yeah, like one of those pornos that has a storyline. It started off very strong.
Bam.
And then I was like, I gotta go. I think once the episode after, and little spoiler alert just in case you haven't watched it, the episode after they found like the bodies in the basement, they was all
it was a
holding
lot.
hands singing Kumbaya or whatever they were doing. They just kind of lost me.
It took a sharp turn.
It did.
It took a sharp turn fast, and it wasn't even like The Watchmen, but that didn't get picked up. So bye Lovecraft season 2. It's not happening. Underground made it 2 seasons.
Yeah, they also lost me.
I enjoyed it though. I was still into Underground.
You didn't even finish season 2.
See, we did finish season 2.
We did not finish season 2.
Well, I finished season 2, guys. No, it's probably a cardinal sin, but it was good to me, and I finished it.
Season 1 was strong. Like, hey, did somebody call? They needed some pipe laid. That was season 1 for me. And season 2 was like, cable guy. And I was like, I'm out of here.
The creative mind behind both of those shows, though, Misha Green, even though both were seemingly unsuccessful, still just signed a multi-year deal with Apple to create content.
And I'm very proud of her.
Absolutely.
That is super dope.
Goes to show you that effort matters when it comes to success.
What matters?
Effort.
Sure.
Positive.
All right. Keep it going.
My Nana watches the effort matters when it comes to success, because she was, I mean, they were 2 very creative and artsy type of shows. Like she showed her it wasn't like they weren't like anything I'd seen.
That is 100% true.
And they did land well, but she landed well.
Yeah. Speaking of landing well, does anybody remember that series of 148 tweets by a stripper named Zola?
My girl, Zola.
That story captivated me. Like, I read all 148 tweets.
I did too. I ain't gonna lie.
And this week, we went and saw the movie Zola. Now, Taylor Page, she wasn't what I thought would be a Zola. Now, she had the pole moves. She had that down to a science. Like, she did great with that. But she wasn't ratchet enough. Like, when you know how you read a story and in your head you hear the person talking, she was still giving me like Hit the Floor Taylor Page, which I think she did great in Hit the Floor. But this one,
Yeah, she wasn't Zola.
She was not
She didn't
Zola.
convince me that she was a stripper. She didn't convince me that she was from the street. She came off to me as a Valley girl in the movie.
I would agree.
And it didn't fit. Like, they were supposed to be from Detroit. It just didn't. She wasn't convincing. But the young lady that played
Riley.
Stephanie Riley, was it Riley?
Her name is Riley I'm going to tell myself because I don't know that. Now, I first stumbled upon her, as did Anthony, in a show called The Girlfriend Experience.
If you ain't seen it, give it.
The Girlfriend Experience is a
First
really
season.
good show.
First season was amazing.
I think even season 2 was pretty good.
Depend on which one, because season 2 ran 2 seasons simultaneously.
That is
it was
true.
weird.
And we'll talk about that in another episode, another time, because we really want to talk to you about that too. But she played a completely different character in The Girlfriend Experience as she did in Zola. I mean, she came off to me as Stephanie in what I read.
Yes.
And even the boyfriend, the guy that played Derek, he played Derek.
Stephanie was, I didn't read Stephanie's story. So we were talking, as we always do. We decompress after the movie. And I didn't know Stephanie had released her own thing to say her side. And when you see the movie, I laughed. Like, I bust out laughing immediately. Because I was like, I don't believe
But
this.
you could, and she even embodied reviewing her side of the story. Like, she played that role too.
Riley did well.
Yeah, so she was the standout to me. Even the little pimp dude, he even did a great job too.
Hi, this is me. You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, it's a long story.
Domingo Santana Domingo. He's Brother Ali from Euphoria. He's always been an amazing actor. I will say about the movie, though, the one thing I really did love, I loved how they made it so that you knew it wasn't modern day. Like, they gave it a kind of a old feel overlay, and it fit because nobody would believe that in 2021 people were still using backdoor or back page. Backdoor. Back page.
Your Nana watches this.
My Nana does watch this. And Nana, you better not know what back page is.
Or backdoor.
But they did a good job of making it fit so that it didn't. I feel like they took too long to make the movie because when it was hot, it was hot. They should have just dropped it because what they did was great. Really artistic. It wasn't a lot of dialogue. They just had the right actors play the right role, except for Taylor Page.
And I even you could hear the Twitter sound. At different parts where it
I think that was when they were quoting her. Yeah.
Yes, that was dope.
It took me a while to get that though.
Really?
Because I heard it. I was thinking, maybe this is.
And that's my
and
artistic
I couldn't
brain.
recall the tweets, so I didn't know whether they were quoting her or not.
But I would definitely say go check the
one.
movie out. It was definitely a good movie.
It was
the
good.
storyline was good. And it's so... It really was as unbelievable in the movie as it was reading the tweets. It really sucks you in. Speaking of sucking in...
Suck you in. You did.
Oh, mercy.
You said suck you in. Go ahead.
So we have a friend, Taurus, and he is...
Shout out to Taurus Diggs.
super, super crazy. Love him so much. So he has been posting on Facebook different things that we should check out. So he posted a show called Sex Life, which we checked out. And first of all, it was a Skinamax movie.
Yeah,
like,
it
you
was
remember
like,
that
was softcore porn.
It was. But it gave me that mixed with like a Lifetime movie. So I was sitting here going through the acting like, ma'am. But when you look past the acting, the story was really good. And so...
it was decent.
To me, I looked past just what was going on and into the storyline behind it, and just a little bit of a spoiler. It is a woman has everything. Like, she has a guy that is paying attention to her. She has the big house in
A1
Connecticut.
guy. Protect, provide, That guy.
Go
Love.
to work. He's not worried about nobody else.
See nobody
nothing
else.
And I mean, people. A person is
They
throwing
just
it
throwing
at
it at
him.
me like, here, brother.
And
he like,
much like Anthony did me when I was trying to hook up with him. And she's just not satisfied. Like
she'll never be satisfied.
She'll never be satisfied.
Like I did her though. Oh, we gonna come back to that. Go ahead.
So just each episode is like a tug of war for this girl. It's between an ex and her husband.
That's some BS. There ain't no tug of war.
It was a tug of war.
She was greedy. Period. Call it what you want. And that's what the show's going to do. Sorry. Mm-hmm. I didn't watch all of every episode. Mm-hmm. So I'll give that disclaimer now. But I watched enough because she was watching it. She was greedy. I think that was flat out greed. That husband was catering to every need. Whatever he felt like she needed, if he could do it or if he couldn't, he was going to do something to make her feel better. And that just wasn't enough for her.
So I see what you're saying with that, but if you paid attention to their interactions, he was like, where are my babies? And he would kiss the kids and then he would just kind of brush over her. So I could see how she felt like, is he really still attracted to me? Does he still want me? Does he still desire me? Because he would kiss and play with the kids and then he was just like, huh. And then when it came time for, mommy and daddy time, he just, to me, came off as he wasn't interested.
So, devil's advocate, she was really into the kids, too.
She was.
So, in order to match that intensity, because had he not been as into the kids, she'd be like, you're not into the kids enough.
It could go that way.
He can't, I mean, it could. The potential to be there.
But then once you get into the story and it starts, for me, it opened up why she was so attached to the kids because of a situation that happened previously to her in life. And I think when people are unhappy, they tend to push themselves or dive into things that are going to make them happy. Like, what is my happy place? She didn't work. She was a stay-at-home mom.
And that's why I can't say she was unhappy. That's why I can't take anything. Her life did not dictate or give off unhappy.
It did.
She wasn't satisfied. She wasn't unhappy. He wasn't in there beating her. She got whatever she wanted.
That's not the only thing to make somebody unhappy.
But I think a lot of what she got was stuff that would make 90% of women happy.
Maybe.
Okay.
So comment down below if you have seen Sex Life.
And let me know you agree that she was greedy.
I mean, she may have been greedy by some standards, but some people might say, I would forego all of that for this. Some people want that fire, that passion, that desire.
But she had that and didn't stay with that. She was hurt by that.
So, in my opinion, it was an 80-20 on both ends. Like, she could say, okay, my husband is giving me 80. She could say, okay, my ex is capable of giving me 80.
But if he was, she would be there.
Well, look at how it ended. So
again, no spoilers, but how it ended was indicative just by the statement she said. Thank you. She put that at the rim. I'm going to dunk it. Watch it to the very end and listen to what she says at the end. That's greed.
Okay, I'm going to block that. So it may not necessarily have been greed. It may have been her getting what she wanted. And she might have been willing to risk it all for that. So to me...
No, she wasn't willing to risk it. Because of what she said. Her statement was, I'm not willing to risk it.
But she put herself in a position where if somebody found out, he could be like, yep, I'm done. So, yes, she was willing to risk it.
I mean, y'all had the whole track there, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so
he knew what was going on. Like, listen, don't be greedy, ladies and gentlemen. Because gentlemen are greedy, too.
Give to the needy. That's all I'm saying. So, cancel culture strikes again.
Who they get now?
Oh, they got Wendy Williams. So it is being said that she made hateful comments in a segment where she announced the death of a TikTok star named Swavey.
Oh, my.
Now, I'm going to say, and we'll put the clip up. I'm going to say based off of what she said, it wasn't hateful. She didn't say he deserved it or this is what happened to him. She simply said, does anybody know? And I mean, the way she said it, I'm not going to say she was right, but I like Wendy because Wendy is unfiltered. And I liked Wendy.
Like somebody else we know.
And I liked her back when she was on the radio. She was one of those people that was outspoken. She was willing to say it how she wanted to say it. And she's been doing this for years. There have been so many other comments that were made where if these people had made those comments now or these jokes now, like Rodney King, I mean, he got his whole tail tore up. And if people would have been making jokes about him now, cancel culture would be like...
I disagree only because people don't care about the plight of black people.
Well, this guy was black, so people care about him.
I'll be transparency. I haven't heard anything about the story.
So no one that I know that I've talked to, or even me, knew anything about the story until Wendy Williams said something about him. And so she showed a picture of him, which we'll show, and she was like, do anybody know who he is? And some of the audience members kind of clapped, some of them didn't. And she was saying, he's got more TikTok followers than me. And then one of the people on the show was saying, well, yeah, he has more TikTok followers than you because you're not really active on TikTok, but he doesn't have more IG followers or Facebook followers or whatever.
Who cares, though? But go ahead.
What?
Who cares, though? Well, go ahead.
So then she was like, yeah, he was murdered. And so that's what she said. And everybody's in an uproar saying it was hateful. It really wasn't, in my opinion. Let us know what you think down in the comment section below. And you had to consider the source. Like, what's the girl, Tammy Lauren?
Yeah, Tommy Lauren.
We all know she's going to say the wrong thing.
On purpose.
On purpose. We all know Wendy Williams going to say the wrong thing.
On purpose.
On purpose. Mm-hmm. Why are we surprised?
I don't think people are surprised. I think you got to be able to take what you dish.
So now everybody is calling for her show to be canceled.
You got to take what you dish.
But she's been saying stuff like this and worse for a lot longer.
That's fair. Doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it right.
And now it's coming back her way. I don't want her to have a breakdown on TV to show people that, oh, woe is me, because she's been talking mad crap about a lot of people for a bunch of years.
She has.
So you going to reap what you sow.
I don't think she's going to apologize. I don't really think she cares.
Oh, she apologizing.
I don't think
Believe me, she's going to apologize. I'm willing to bet. We'll be betting on air. She apologizing.
Well, that was 5 days ago that she made these comments. She ain't apologized
yet. So Monday is the day when people get back to work. So I'm going to go with her publicist probably got in there with her today. Apology coming.
Okay, we'll see.
And if when she apologizes, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all about my foot rub and my rant.
Here we go.
You dig.
Anywho.
Wendy Williams.
I mean, and ish fun fact, we went on the Wendy Williams show, and it was a great time.
It was, yeah.
It was better than it was a party. Like it was more than what I expected. It was a whole lot of commotion and stuff beforehand, and calling back and forth. She stole one of my jokes, by the way. I'll tell that story later. And
so you should be calling for her to be canceled.
No, because I mean, they told me anything that I say could be used.
It's just bananas to me, but. You know, I digress.
If you want to hear that story, hit the comment section below, and we'll have story time.
Yeah, because I can tell you about that one time I almost died.
Anthony, what do you have for us this week?
Physical wellness includes a healthy sex life.
Holy cannoli, Batman. That one had him on the ropes again. Let's see if he can pull this one off. Back to you.
WebMD, where we all go to self-diagnose ourselves when there's a problem with us, actually released the top 10 benefits of sex list. And I'm not going to go into all of them, but I'm going to highlight 2 that I think are very, very interesting. Number 6 was sex lowers blood pressure. Dr. Joseph Pinzone's studies concluded that sexual intercourse, specifically, not masturbation, lowers your systolic blood pressure. Systolic, the top number.
Oh, look at you. WebMD.
You dig. And number 8, sex lessens pain. Dr. Barry, and it's crazy that all these are guys, but anyway, they're doctors. They went to school for this. Dr. Barry Kumasarik concluded through studies that vaginal stimulation can block chronic pain and leg pain, chronic back and leg pain, as well as reduce menstrual cramps, arthritic pain, and even headaches. If you don't want to be on high blood pressure medicine for the rest of your life, tell your mate to apply that pressure on you on a more frequent basis. You dig? If you're considering a breast augmentation because you got back pain, tell your mate put you in that position to give a little straightening, because don't nothing get straightened with a little straightening.
Oh my God.
And if you feel like telling your mate, I got a headache, so not tonight, switch it up and tell him, turn off the lights and get my mind right. Sex can help you out.
Oh,
Lean into it.
Would you look at this? Oh, somebody been doing their research.
Homework, WebMD.
Okay.
The doctor studied this.
Okay. All right. Well, switch it up, keep the body going. So this week I have a question, but I'm going to wrap it up into story time. So last week we went on the SS Fearless with one of our followers, subscribers, commenters. We always go back and forth with her, but most of all, one of our friends, Nish.
Yeah, happy birthday, Nish.
Happy birthday, Nish. And hit that comment section and say, happy birthday to Nish.
Flood her with some love, y'all.
Yeah, because she always shows us love, and
Absolutely.
we truly appreciate it. And so we were out and about on the great black seas of the Baltimore Inner Harbor. And as you can see by the videos that are playing, we were all doing it raw. And I'm not quite sure who was vaxxed or not. We're 100% vaxxed.
Big vax energy over here.
So we said, mask off. We're going to take the mask off. Just, play it out and see how things would go. And we were in close quarters with our mighties that were on the boat with us. And so this week, I got a question. Are you vaxxed?
Are you vaxxed?
And are you hashtag mask on or hashtag mask off?
Hashtag quarter.
Quarter.
Yeah, you stumbled on that one.
Did.
You did.
I did.
I wasn't letting it slide.
Are you hashtag mask on or are you hashtag mask
Masked
off?
off. Take your mask off.
I wonder how many people on the boat were actually unvaxxed.
And that, put on my face. And that's my problem with McKay Gaskins.
What?
I have been saying this entire time, big vax energy or not, I want to wear my mask. And she's like, you can't wear your mask. Because if you wear your mask, I'm going to look stupid not wearing my mask. And I don't want to wear no mask. But then I'm out here in a COVID pie, potentially. And she's just like, well, I wonder who was vaxxed. Well, let's wonder about it before we get there without our mask.
We had our masks, but we just decided to not go with protection that night.
She keeps speaking all that French. It was her.
Did you have on a mask? And the defense rests. So thank you so much for swinging on by. If you have not done so already.
Hey, yo, you just going to make this a whole sexual episode? Because everybody hears it. Everybody hears it.
I mean, we're getting sexish.
I'm sorry, Nana.
Nana banana.
I'm so sorry, Nana.
But we didn't talk about anything bad.
Nah, not yet.
So, if you have not done so already, like this page and make sure you have the notification bell turned on because we've got some more stuff coming.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So, with that, I'm your boy, Ant.
And I'm Vaxxed Kia.
Thanks for stopping by to talk some
issues
issues today.
Bye.
Peace.